All right, guys, I'm feeling so good. I'm out here for some short game practice, and I'm going to be working on letting my club bounce at the bottom, use the bounce on my wedge. What I've been doing is digging the leading edge into the turf. So I want to try and get a little bit more consistent with that. And then I'm going to play a game with just one golf ball and try and just get it up and down 18 times. And we'll see how that turns out. You know, it really is fascinating how the club will slip right underneath the ball. But the truth of the matter is, I've never done it this way, at least more than just fooling around. But if I make a commitment to it, I'm going to have to get comfortable with it because I feel afraid. I feel scared to let the club release and slip under the ball, but it'll happen if I let it do it. Right there, the bounce saved me because I was a little bit fat. All right, so I missed that short putt there. That was a bummer. That was the first putt of the day. I didn't hit any putts before this, but I'll do a little commentary while I go through this. Some folks may find it instructive. This long running chip, I'm actually going to try and put hook spin on it. So I am going to turn the face down and not use the bounce on this shot. That really took a funky hop right there. Pretty good putt. I started out putting really well. Now this was a cup that was cut right on the edge of a big downhill slope, and I just gassed it. All right, I don't really have much touch on these little shots with this technique yet. So the good news is I actually refined this technique. This is only the second day that I was working on this kind of using the bounce maneuver, and I mean, it's just pure guesswork. And this is what has frustrated me about trying to do this in the past is I just couldn't get the technique down. But I'm going to tell you guys a secret. It's not a secret. It's just I think I figured out how to do this. And the way that I did it was I read a letter from Ben Hogan that I have to a friend about the game of golf. And there's a little section where he talks about chipping. And he suggests keeping the right elbow glued to its place. That little chip was into the grain, and this letting the club release feels a little flippy, and I just left it short. Yeah, so that's an example of me not having control over the club. But I started to work on keeping my right elbow connected as I turned back and through with this little chipping technique, and it really, really gave me a lot more consistency. So at any rate, this is about a 7-foot putt. That was a nice comeback putt there. And I'm putting pretty well so far in this little experiment. Let's see here. So out of 11 holes, I've got up and down 8 times. That's pretty darn good considering I can't do this chipping technique very well. But here the wheels start to come off. So right around in this area, I thought my camera was rolling, and somewhere I missed 3 holes. But I want to tell you about this game that I'm playing. I read about this first from Harvey Penick, the great golf teacher from Austin, Texas. And he said, if you want to get good at short game, just take one ball and practice getting it up and down. I see guys all the time drop a bucket of balls and start chipping 60 balls at one hole from one spot. That does not make you better. And when you see the pros, they usually only have 5 or 6 balls, and they'll spread them around and hit different chips to get different feels. Also, when you use 60 balls, you're covering up the whole green. All right, that was not easy. So my chipping, I'm going to give a score of D. That's my grade. But, you know, I'm trying to release this club head and do some brand new things. So, you know, I got up and down the majority of time, but I'm going to give my putting a B+.
It's hard to describe the sound when Mr. Hogan hit a shot.
He had this tenacity about him. It's really the stuff legends are made of.
He was like Michelangelo and Da Vinci. You know, he was an artist with a golf club.
This is Ben Hogan's locker right here, number 50.
He caddied for my dad. That was the beginning of their relationship.
Suffering produces endurance. Endurance produces character.
He knew what was going to happen, and there wasn't anything he could do about it.
Why he actually decided at that point in time to share what he told me, I have no idea.
What I think he did was he applied physics better than everybody else.
Ben Hogan never watched Jack Nicklaus practice, but Jack Nicklaus watched Ben Hogan practice.
People say Hogan won't ever talk to you. Well, Hogan talked to me a lot.